Hello, everybody. How we feeling? Beautiful. So I'm going to tell you right now before we get started, I am indeed a Leo, okay? So what that means is I need energy, okay? And we're going to pretend like everybody who comes to this stage needs the center of attention. So how are you doing tonight? Wow, this really feels like my dreams, you know what I mean? But hello, everybody. My name is Sierra Gervais. I go by Cece, and I have the pleasure with working with You Speaks and teaching at Ruth Asawa School of the Arts in the Spoken Arts Departments. And I love poetry, and I love young people, so I'm grateful to be your MC for this evening. So please clap it up, because we are here at the finals for the Teen Poetry Slam. I need y'all to know that these young folks have been working tirelessly, sharing stories of truth and passion and power, and they're going to do it all again tonight for you all. So before we get into that, can I hear who's in the room tonight? Can I get some claps if you are an educator in the room? Yay! We do crazy work, and it is a thankless job, but I'm thanking you here tonight, so thank you so much for being here. Give it up if you were an organizer. Okay, all right, give it up if you are a writer. All right, I would hope so. Give it up if you love art. There we go. Okay, and I have to know, we are here in San Francisco, so if you are repping San Francisco, where you at? Okay. If you are repping Oakland, where you at? Okay. If you are from San Leandro, where you at? Okay, yes, exactly. I love it. Anybody here repping Richmond? That's exactly. Okay, and it's us forever. If you are repping Berkeley, where you at? Come on, Berkeley. I love to see it. Okay, shout out the cities if I did not mention them. Where y'all at? Okay, San Jose in the building? Come on, San Jose. Any other cities? Come on, Chicago. Forever Chicago. Wait, say that one more time. Come on, Vallejo. That's my old home. I will have so much love for Vallejo forever. All right, can we give it up for, as I said earlier, I'm a Leo, but tonight you get a special prize because it is giving double the trouble because our host, Brandon, is also a Leo. Get ready for our shenanigans. It's going to be great. Can we please give it up for DJ Ignacio? Listen, y'all, also a Leo. This wasn't even planned, but you know what I'm saying? Here we are. And this is what the world truly needs. Okay, moving on. Please, can we give a round of applause for our front of house staff holding it down? Thank you so much. Give it up for our production staff holding it down. And can we please give a round of applause for Spokes? That is like my favorite thing, truly. All right, so we're going to get into it. First of all, I'm welcoming everybody as you are coming into this space. This is community, this is family. And before we get into the beautiful poetry, we always want to start with a land, labor, acknowledgement. So let's get into it, all right? As the indigenous stewards of this land, and in accordance with their traditions, the Ramaytush Ohlone have never ceded, lost, nor forgotten their responsibilities as the caretakers of this place, as well as for all the peoples who reside in their traditional territories. As guests, we recognize that we benefit from living and working on their traditional homeland. We wish to pay our respects by acknowledging the ancestors, elders, and relatives of the Ramaytush community, and by affirming their sovereign rights as first peoples. Ashe? Our statement for Black labor. We also recognize that stolen labor is at the foundation of this nation and its vast and inequitable wealth. We recognize the power, resilience, and resistance of all enslaved African people whose labor built a nation that refused to recognize them as human. We recognize that our economy continues to rely on the exploited labor of incarcerated people. We acknowledge the debt owed. But beyond acknowledgement, we mourn the lives exploited and lives lost. Beyond our mourning, we commit to fight and resist white supremacy wherever it may appear. Ashe? And it is important to honor our statement of migrants. At a time where federal powers are increasing racist systemic practices targeting immigrant communities, we want to emphasize the importance of protecting and supporting our community members. We affirm that this is a space whose priority is to make sure all attendees feel supported, protected, and educated on their rights. At our front of house table, we have red cards printed in multiple languages and available to share reminders on what your rights are. Youth Speaks affirms that migration is a human right. Ashe? Beautiful. All right, y'all, I am going to read this beautiful climate pitch because we are in quite a time, as many of you are aware. In honor of Earth Day and our hope that we are all doing our part to take care of our planet, we are sharing this week of Climate Action Pledge. You can scan the QR code. It's going to be up there, I promise, because we're a team. And when you do, you're going to click on the climate banner and sign the pledge. We need as many people as possible, and by that I mean every person in this room who owns a phone. Collective teamwork. Okay, guys? We good for that? Yeah? Now y'all getting quiet on me. Where we at? Okay. Beautiful. Thank you. All right. So please scan this QR code. It'll take 2 minutes to commit one small action like recycling, not littering, and or planting a tree. And many of us, especially in my generation, we're like super proud to be plant parents. I don't know about y'all. We're like real kids. That sounds scary, but plants, you know? So these are actions that you could do. If you have any questions about how to complete the pledge, Perla is in the decompression space, which is right over here, and can help answer any questions. Ashe? I love to hear it. Thank you for putting up the QR code. I told y'all, teamwork, magic. All right, so once again, we are here for the Teen Poetry Slam Finals. All right, it has been a long time coming. There have been semifinals, there have been poems after poems after poems, and 11 young people have finally made it here today, okay? And I am going to kick it over to the most amazing host, my co-Leo. Please give it up for Brandon!
Stop it, stop it, stop it. Actually making it, give me some noise one more time for Teen Poetry Slam Finals tonight. Yeah. Okay, y'all. Before I explain what's going on tonight, I would love to give a nice introduction to my judges. Actually, clap it up one more time for the judges. Yup. And next thing I want y'all to do is keep that same energy as I go down the line from left to right, if you're facing this way, as I go down the line and introduce each of the judges individually. So, the judge closest to me, please give it up for Yumi Lifer. That's right. And I'm remembering how much applause there is for each judges. We gonna keep that same energy. So Yumi Lifer uses she, her pronouns. She's repping the East Bay. Give it up for the East Bay. Yup. A song that gets Yumi moving is Small Town Boy by Bronski Beat. And advice to Yumi's younger self is to go easy on yourself. You still learning. Snap it up, snap it up, snap it up. Next person I have the honor of introducing, please give it up for Salima. Woo! Beautiful. Salima uses she, her productions, and she is repping Put Your Play on Productions. Give it up. Woo! Come on now. Songs that get Salima moving are Beyonce, Black Parade, and Andrea Day, Rise Up. Yo! Some advice to Salima's younger self: don't be scared when your dreams are realized. Come on, some real advice, some real advice. And keep that same energy for Anna Vasudev. Exactly. Anna uses she, her, Ella pronouns, and she's repping Frisco and Berkeley. Right, absolutely. A song that gets Anna moving is La Gozadera. Give it up for La Gozadera. Come on. And advice to Anna's younger self is ask for what you want. People can't read your mind. Are y'all writing this down?
Come on.
Are y'all writing this down?
Take
Give it up for Anna. Amazing. Next person I have the honor of introducing is Betty Malaku. Good.
Go, Betty.
Betty uses she, her pronouns, and she is repping Oakland.
Hey!
Exactly. A song that gets Betty moving is Morning Light by Quantic and Andrea Triana. Check that out. Advice to Betty's younger self is you don't need to have everything figured out. Life is a long journey of figuring out who you are. Please give it up one more time for Betty. Woo! And the last person I have the honor of introducing is Renee. Amazing. Renee uses she, her pronouns. She is repping Oakland. A song that gets Renee moving is Luther by Kendrick Lamar. And some advice. Yeah, I know that's right. Okay, let me stop. Advice to Renee's younger self is don't spend time worrying about the things that you cannot control. Everyone, please give it up one more time for our judges.
Come on, judges.
Beautiful, y'all. And real quick, let's go over the concept of what a poetry slam is and how we'll be scoring these poems. So a poetry slam, which is what you all are in these seats for tonight, is a competitive poetry event. And we're here to provide a platform to celebrate some of the most incredible and urgent young voices in the Bay. Hey, please give it up for our poets for tonight. Woo! Come on now. Y'all are in for something special. Just be glad you heard them here first tonight, or if you were at semis, or if you were at prelims, because I guarantee you their words are going to stretch far beyond these walls. Give it up. Woo! So, at a poetry slam, 5 judges will score poems on a scale from 1 to 10, and the lowest and the highest scores will be dropped. The 3 middle scores are added together for a max total of 30 points. And in an effort to de-emphasize scores and better center the voices and the stories of the participants, we will not be announcing the scores for this slam. And as Cece mentioned, the top 6 scoring poets from tonight are offered a spot on the Brave New Voices poetry team that represents the Bay Area at the 2025 Brave New Voices Poetry Festival in Madison, Wisconsin. What? G up, please. We're gonna keep you accountable for the rest of the night. And now, let me pass it back to the MCCC.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you, Brandon. Really quick, I'm gonna be doing this throughout the night, so I just wanna get a little practice in. So, again, as I said, I'm a teacher. Although I teach high school, you educators know sometimes it feels like you're teaching middle school. Anywho, so what I'm gonna do is if my hand is here, the room is completely quiet. But as my hand raises, so should your voices. Oh, that sounded like a roller coaster. Y'all are getting it immediately, and I love it. Okay. And let me hear you make some noise. We are about to get into it. One thing I do want to note, because this is so central, so that you know how long this has been happening. The Teen Poetry Slam is a tradition started by You Speaks all the way back in 1996, okay? I really want to stress that because people have been putting in the work to center youth voices for a very long time, okay? All right, so I am going to give a content/trigger warning on behalf of the poets. Poets, feel free to give your own content trigger warning, but if you want me to give a more specific one, just come holler at me, I got you, okay? All right, we acknowledge the words of our young folks and that they are powerful. Poets are going to get up on this mic today and speak their truth. This may include topics that might physically or emotionally activate folks in the audience and may cause them to relive traumatic events in their minds and or bodies. So this is a collective content and trigger warning. Please do what you need in order to take care of your mental and emotional health during the show. We also have support stations run by our spokes, Youth Advisory Board in the back of the room, actually over here in the side. So if you need some extra support, feel free to go over there. But also, if you just need to take a walk out, please do that, okay? We want to make sure that folks are taking care of themselves. All right, so with that said, here's my favorite part of the show, other than the poets. Let's make sure that we know how to give maximum love to every single poet that walks onto this stage. So let's just practice a little bit. What does it sound like when the whole room is snapping? Can I hear that? Okay, that's giving, you know, that was cute. I need more than that. Okay, can I hear what it sounds like when you're like, okay, yes, poet. Okay, cool. Can I hear you say, go in, poet? Say, I see you, poet. Say, you did that, poet. We want to make sure that you are comfortable going up to poets after and sharing with them, with their consent, that they did a phenomenal job, because they absolutely will. So this is not your typical poetry reading. When you have a poet on this stage, they need those snaps, okay? Can I hear what it sounds like when y'all stomp? Okay. We need all of that energy so that they can move through their piece and know that they are held in this space. Ashe? All right. So we are about to get started. Are y'all ready? Are you sure you're ready? Wow, I actually almost believed you, but you're not. We are going to actually get started with our calibration poets. Yes, indeed. And what is a calibration poet? A calibration poet is really a special treat to you, judges, right? And I'm going to say this really quickly. Everybody else pretend like I'm not here. I still love you, okay, if no one else does. You got your applause in the beginning. That was probably the last time. But I still care about you, okay? All right. So our calibration poet is going to open up the show, and they essentially serve as your palette. So if you score them, let's say, oh, I want to give this poet a 9, then that means any poet coming after them, you are comparing, is it better or not as good as that poem, right? So they are really setting the stage for the rest of our poets, okay? So let me get my handy dandy list. Y'all, I have so many papers. Like, this really makes me feel like a teacher after work. They're just like, can you grade this? And I'm like, this is 2 weeks old. Okay, so on deck, we have Julia. So please get ready. And I have the distinct pleasure of bringing up to the stage one of my students. So please give a huge round of applause for Salma.
The inspiration for this was All About Love by Bell Hooks. I believe the reason I am not able to contain love or keep it is because of the way I think of love. I think of love as attention because in the past I'd been deprived of it. When it came to me and my mother, she loved me, sure, made sure I was healthy, fed, and happy, but never paid attention to me. Never listened to my stories, never really cared much for my hobbies. Had no ideas what clubs I was even in. I had signed myself up for them. Sloppy handwriting. At the age of 5, committing crimes I didn't even know existed, forging each signature with the hope to fill that void I was not aware of yet. I carried this badge of leadership with honor till this independence became a sort of dependence. I bite my nails, and I go crazy, and I look at everything I ever said once I feel ignored, perhaps abandoned. I've carried this independence with pride. Nobody will ever truly know the things I have had to hide. I learned to love from a distance until my love became consistent. My mother never paid quite attention. You see, I fear she was too busy battling her own battles. Her attention to the stars, her attention to the life she wanted on social media, never the one she had in front of her. I've carried her daydreaming as well. Though love is attention as well, it's not only attention, you see. There's layers to this. And I crave somebody's attention when I love them. I need them to pay attention to my words. With fear I ask, there's layers to this. I love them. I need my words. With fear I ask. Some answers disappoint, some don't. The ones that did eventually disappeared over time. Though I am like a dog, I know how to leave. At my own speed, of course, never at theirs. Though sticks and stones, but your words have always scarred the most. The indifference peels my skin off, leaving me naked and raw. I'd rather you yell, I'd rather you tear me apart. The very void my mother carried, she decided to instill within me. I dream all the time. I live in the smoke of my inhale, I've forgotten how to exhale. The peace and attention I crave are no longer needed. I found silence as the answer to my questions. I no longer find interest within the anger that lays within my chest. I've learned to sit with my solitude. I am fine with these aches. It's a lifelong battle.
Can we give it up for Salma one more time? The poet said, no sticks and stones, but your words hurt the most. Can I get a snap if you have ever felt that way? Again, poets are up here telling their whole truths, and it is our job to hold space. So ashe. All right, let's keep it rocking, keep it rolling. On deck, we have Olivia. Y'all can clap it up for that. And coming up to the stage right now, please give all of your love to Julia.
Can I just put it up higher? Yeah, thank you. Yeah. No matter how hard she tries, a woman cannot complete the Barkley Marathon. It's 100 miles and 60 hours through merciless mountains, 2 nights on nothing but 2 feet, no sleep. A woman cannot survive the angry thorns and the endless darkness. A woman is simply not tough enough. Because if a man can barely handle the bite and brawn of the Barkley Marathon, how could a woman take the pressure? How could her will withstand the pain? She would be torn to pieces 10 miles in. But somehow, last year, Jasmine Paris jostled her way to the start line. 2 nights later, she was the first woman to ever finish. And it makes sense. No woman I know knows how to give up. You must teach a man perseverance, but women already know how to wade through rivers of pain. We face motherhood and angry men and smile, sweetheart, on the street. Men can train for the howling wind, but I knew nice ass before I was 13. Men can train to stay on their feet, but I've watched my mom work through sunup to know I can sleep. Men can train for terrain, but a woman's natural habitat is the wilderness, is survival. Bear or man, I can fight them both with no backup, with my back against the wall, and no wonder women are better at ultramarathons if we were born knowing how to run on empty. Jasmine Paris was the first woman to complete the Barkley, but she was not the first woman to survive the unimaginable. My mom, with meningitis, thought she would die in a hospital bed, then 2 days later was home to console her crying daughter. My grandmother, a closeted lesbian, divorced her husband and replaced him with a shotgun because she knew the risk of living alone. My teammates and I are still cleaning our bodies from our coach's pet names that covered us like an oil spill. Call it impossible, but Jasmine Paris, against the brambles and the biting wind, curled up on the forest floor on her 86th mile. And tell me, how many men do you know with the resilience to get back up? There is something in us that keeps us fighting. While the wind wolf whistles weak, I watch women hold up the world with one hand, run a marathon of a life, then say, I am stronger than the wind and the woods. I am stronger because I am surviving womanhood. I am making something of it, and damn it, I may not be the fastest, but I can outlast them all. And somewhere in Tennessee, Jasmine collapses at the finish line. An onlooker says, you feel like a better person just because you've seen someone that big. The women in my life are giants. They run like a river alongside me, step over mountains like wind, like water, like mother, like daughter. Listen. Can you hear it? The drumbeat of their feet against the earth. Listen closer. You thought it was impossible. Thank you.
Please give it up for Julia. Beautiful piece. Hear the storytelling, right? Truly, truly blown away. Thank you so much. So keeping it moving, we have Maya on deck. Beautiful. Please give all of your love to Olivia.
Is bush boobs and lesbianism. Every Christmas reminds me that the people who have known me longer than my lifespan are forgetting who I'm growing into. I unwrap presents wondering what person they've packed inside, terrified that if I rip the paper, I'll discover a version of myself I have yet to grow into. One year, I made the biggest discovery. It appeared almost like presents under the tree. No singing, no angels, no ray of sunlight illuminating them in the mirror, but gifts nonetheless. By the time I noticed them, or rather others did, I didn't remember if it was a loss I had already mourned. It peeked through my shorts in short sleeves, and my hands became fig leaves to cover my shame. It stayed with me the way clothes piled in my room, never laying flat, but instead a mountain on the floor. But really anthills. I thought that with time they'd grow bigger, better, like those little capsules that grow sponge animals when you put them in water. But they remained a consistent size for years. They weren't physics-defying like the girls in anime taught me that it was possible to achieve, or geometric and nippleless like the ones my Barbie and Hawk Girl figure had. As it turns out, my 11-inch role model was a liar. At first, I wanted to get rid of them, thank them for their service, unscrew them, and send them off with a patriotic salute. Then put them in a little casket with a pretty pink bow and bury them in a national park, in hopes that when I'm dead and gone, they'll be unearthed and displayed in a museum for art critics and enthusiasts alike to enjoy. The plaque would have no artist statement, just boobies, M dash. But alas, I got no receipt, no refund, no return policy, and it was the gift that just kept on giving. Instead of 12 days of Christmas, I got 5 to 7 monthly subscriptions. I was taught that no period immediately meant that I was pregnant, but not once did somebody tell me the right angle for a tampon. I thought that I was gonna go from girl to woman the way Minecraft villagers do. No awkward phase, no learning curve, just poof, ready to trade and barter. At 18, my sister had already amassed the big three: sex, money, drugs. My goal was to acquire everything she had not, being a driver's license and a permit. But when my time came, I was given a word bank to flesh out my character, and looking at the options, I am not the compliment I thought I was. Not only did I lack the big three, but the fundamental 4 or 5. I only had 2 legs, stood barely 5 feet, and didn't know how to use a tampon. I was stuck there wondering where my fat ass was and the double Ds. On my Christmas wish list, I had many things, but when I put down BBL, I didn't know that it was shorthand for bush, boobs, and lesbianism. On 3 different occasions, I've walked and been talked through how to roll a condom on a phallic shape, as if I was gonna take an AP test on it. But when it came to finding out where the clit was, suddenly my education wasn't important. So I learned to deal with the hormones and be in the swinging state of slaying, which is somewhere between slaying and sobbing. I watered my bush and grew to be a very enthusiastic advocate. Learned not to shave my legs against the grain, too. I still might have not grasped the fundamental 4 or 5 or the big 3, but I can create my own. And every Christmas, I can give my own gifts, unwrap them as I will, and not fear what's underneath.
Please give it up for Olivia. Can I hear y'all say, I heard you, poet? You did that, poet? Listen, I wish that I had that poem when I was hitting puberty, because what a time, you know? All right, so on deck, we have Belle. But please give all of your love to Maya.
My mother told me when we get in this store, you better not look at nothing, you better not touch nothing. My mother told me always ask for a receipt because it's proof that you paid. My mother told me if you are ever pulled over by police, you speak with a guard stapled to your tongue. Do you hear me? My mother told me, I see a beautiful girl with passion and drive in her soul, a heart full of love for the people she befriends, a growing woman, built with the nails of respect in the wood of these floor beds. You used to run your small feet around. You used to speak with power. I never tire of seeing you laugh, you change, you breathe. I love you, my love, I love you. But the world does not see you through my eyes. To them, you are nothing but unmolded clay with opinions. Only your skin speaks for you, cursing your existence. Their spit like acid in our hair. All our oppressors here is that you are a threat. A liability to inequality, you breathe too loud. I cannot stand your human nature. You're supposed to be a slab of labor that does not hurt my sensitive blue eyes. Why can't you follow my word like God? If your ancestors could, then why can't you please walk off the face of this flat earth and sink into suffocation for my satisfaction? We do not love you. We do not want you. Go back to your country, for this land of the free is not free to you. Well, dear oppressor, if you cannot listen to the protests that flood your social media, if you cannot listen to the bones of my brothers standing together in their exhausted bodies, if you cannot listen to the children that thrive off of bad neighborhoods littered in pots and potholes, if you cannot listen to the tired screams of mothers receiving that phone call their child was murdered by men who wear blood-covered badge traveling back to a catcher's star, if you cannot listen, then read my lips. I'm a walking human body with muscles surrounded by blood like yours, My veins are not the string to sew the stripes in your flag. I am not a body to beat until stars are drowning my vision. Congratulations. You succeeded in instilling fear for the man in blue, but I'm here to remind you I am more than my skin. I'm a name in the making. Stop calling me black. Do not summarize my identity. I'm a proud Moorish American voice. I say it with pride. You could say it too. I cannot bend my heritage for your satisfaction or bleach my melanin for your unreasoned, unseasoned irrationality. Every step my ancestors took, planted seeds from cornrows, rode through waves you swear are blue, yet blood does not die. And it soaks our waters and gargled screams. How many bones are eroded into the sandcastles your children make? You are my people too. We are spirit and man, but you cannot ignore us. And when voice gives out, my silence will speak for me. I will fight for my people. Living in a world that has not changed, how to bring a child into this life, knowing they cannot live without a conversation that shouldn't exist. Explaining a rule book of survival, the same conversation my mother once told me. My mother told me, baby, never should a parent outlive their child. Never should I see your name in the news under another hate crime. That will not be my daughter's face for inspiration on the murals I walk by. Never should I see you crushed by the system in one hand and humanity in the other. Never should you be failed as a living being. I love you, my love, I love you. But the world does not see you through my eyes. Thank you.
Can we please give it up for Maya one more time? The poet said, "You are my people too, with all the power." I said, you know what? I gotta start saying that. I gotta remind people because powerful. Okay, yo, how y'all feeling? We just started and I'm just like, oh my God, I need my journal. I need to write a little bit, right? I am going to bring in my Leo energy and I'm gonna kick it to my host. How you feeling? It's okay.
Oh,
Channel
we
your
feeling
aura.
good. Absolutely. I got my pocket notebook on me right in my backpack.
Smart. You smart.
We smart.
Thank you.
Exactly.
You know, how you feeling, DJ? You good? Okay, I just had to check on the Leos, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Energy is there.
Any Leos in the crowd? How we feeling?
Yeah!
I hear you. It's soon. It's
It's coming. There's other things right now, but it's coming, you know? I'm just kidding. We love everyone. All right, so we have the amazing Anika on deck. Please give it up for Anika. But coming to the stage right now, give all of your love to Belle.
Oh, that's a little short. That sound, like nature breathing from my palm and reverberating on every surface of this room. Hunters use that call to mimic the mating behaviors of doves. They clasp their hands together and sing with winds whistling high, a vibrato to sound off a melody of lust for pretty birds. Hunters then aim their rifles and fire bullets into a sky of white clouds, white lies, the purest doves. But they don't eat doves. No, they're hunted for sport. They're downloaded like apps built to lure women out of hiding. A hunter gathers his army and writes laws to protect hunting women for sport. His signature trails into the words, "She asked for it." All while doves flock to the sound of care or flattery, of love and protection and safety. then wake up. Feet tied, dangling upside down, our feathers clipped and talons pulled, a leash attached to our little hands, and dirtied feet, beaks broken, eyes black and blue, feathers browned. They smile. No. This noise is the sound predators use to attract women for slaughter. But it sounds nothing like what you read about in books. It sounds like your brother, your husband, your teacher, your friend, your dad. It's a mockingbird claiming that this is what consent feels like. This is how love hurts. These wounds make you a bird. These scars brand you a woman. It's dove hunting season. They gather their rifles, their justification, their torture tactics, and they force compliance down our throats. Shut the fuck up, bitch! I know you liked it. But it couldn't have been rape. He called me beautiful. He held my hand. He smiled as he saw the tears running down my face as he raped me. It's dove hunting season, ladies. And you've been engineered to find romance seductive, but it's noise. It's empty promises. It's preening our feathers after each one has been plucked out and burned. It's taking advantage of the beauty we don't fight back with and the fist we don't fight back with on the promise of nature. It's 1 in 3 women before 18. It's purity bleeding from holes we intended to stay closed. It's me filing that report. It's me reclaiming my purity. When I, the dove, grapple myself free from tether, preen my feathers and fly. Dove hunting season is over.
Y'all wasn't ready for that. Y'all wasn't. When I say speak, you say true speak. Speak. Wow. Period. One more time. Speak. Okay, because what? Y'all, phenomenal. We're going to keep it rocking, keep it rolling. On deck, we have Sam. Give it up, give it up. And before I introduce this next poet who is coming up to the stage, I want to give a quick content trigger warning on sexual assault. So a reminder, please do what you need to do to take care of yourselves. We are here to hold each other, and we want to be responsible for our needs, okay? Sound good? Beautiful. All right, please give all of your love to Anika.
I was named after Shera Valimata, goddess of bravery, rider of the tiger. When I learned, I was enamored, the Vali gleaming flames of Dia's holy hand stained with color, worshiping the goddess who tamed the monster beneath her feet. My culture seemed perfect. But then I started hearing rumbles of tigers in our homes. I never met my nani, but I spent months with my grandfather who bought me churiyas and whatever I pleased, pressed rupees into my palms like secrets. When the same hand clawed at my nani, tore at her saris. When mama told me she didn't stop, didn't cry. The tiger, it watches, it prowls through dinner thalis and waits at wedding altars and old stories. A tiger once wanted a Brahmin wife. So he wore human skin, concealed his claws, and the girl, she saw the boy, not the beast. And when she followed her husband to the water's edge, she said, "Be quiet, or else I'll show you my original shape." Stripes came back, claws flickered, the pond reflected what she couldn't originally see. Isn't that how it always happens? The tiger plays the husband until it doesn't. My mother's childhood, our mother country, but it's not the country, rather the culture, because freshman year I started seeing the signs. My best friend told me, Appa hit me in the shower. I blacked out. No, it's okay, Anika, this is normal. Normal? Like Mama said, like Nani lived, like my culture embraces, because in our stories, Nani Dharam teaches Sita silence. It's not devotion if it isn't self-destruction, be the good wife. Even if it means walking through fire, even if it means never walking out in the tiger, it doesn't always snarl. Sometimes it purrs, sometimes it buys. You go churias, disguise shackles that burn your wrist. She learned that the hard way. The tiger is rooted deep in my culture. Its roars on the silent oppression my sisters bathe in. We pray to our goddess, they pray at her skin, but still, we teach our girls to bend. Back breaking, bone snapping, burning pains wielded into a mold. We tell them, be patient, be quiet, be still. But when the tiger doesn't wait for the altar and drags you onto the street, they stand still. A 16-year-old gang raped on a Delhi bus. People passed by and watched. And the tiger's not encaged, but continues stalking in the jungle. And she, even in death, the flames of her fear drum with the roar of the tiger. Because here, shame stains the burned woman. But their kills are awards, painted stripes, but not anymore. I was named after Shera Wali Mata. So my daughter, she won't worship this silence. She won't carry this legacy in her blood. She'll be claw, fang, wildfire. She'll turn those tiger stripes into scars because the tiger keeps winning as we keep feeding it silence. And I was named to slay it.
Wow. Can I just hear y'all say thank you, poet? Thank you, poet. We heard you, poet. We love you, poet. Thank you so much for that vulnerable piece. I love this term coined by a good friend of mine, vulnerageous. People fail to realize that it takes so much courage to be vulnerable. And so I applaud every single poet that is able to get on this stage and poet that is able to get on this stage. Thank you. All right, y'all. On deck, we have Sahina. Where you at? Hey! And coming up to the stage right now, give all of your love to Sam.
The gay boy is sassy. And I mean me, the sassy one. The bitch, backhanded and boiling over, who sharpens his tongue, unsheathes it from the glossy scabbard of his mouth to wound you with repose so razored you cannot hope to recover. The gay boy you cannot help but love or hate, so lurid in his technicolor everything, and you listen now to his neon elocution, this atomic cadence, how it draws you in, and I mean the pulses. The thrumming of this heart beating still, because what you call sassy, call the bitch cursing you out, tart and twisted, this knife of a tongue to cut your tendons, your tender affections. But my affliction is having been the first to know, felt firsthand how words can be boughs from lemon trees, extending their crowns of citrus sour and biting. So I juice them and make not lemonade, but a cider so acidic, by which I mean a comeback, a serpic. For not every gay boy is a survivor strong enough to take on the blame and words. The slurs. As a gay boy, I mean to apologize for all our flamboyancy, all this feminine pungency. And I mean to be the sassy bitch supreme, spiteful at the world and screaming. Because when life gave this gay boy lemons, he did not make sweet with sour. What I mean is the bitch spat back bitter, because life's a bitch here to fuck you over. And I, the sassy one, a survivor.
Come on, DJ, you're on it. Wow, 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 wow. Can we give it up for Sam one more time? Listen, the poem was fire. The walk was fire. It's just nothing but flames up here. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a Leo, so it's okay. Just kidding. Anywho, how y'all feeling? Y'all, we are halfway through the first round, which is crazy. Does it feel like that? Okay, are we enjoying ourselves? Phenomenal. All right, so I'm glad that y'all said that y'all were enjoying yourselves, because now I have some really cool information to give you. I want to give a quick highlight to our after-school workshop. So if you didn't know, U Speaks does writing workshops, performance-based workshops every single Wednesday, okay? We just be hanging out, having a good time. So in Oakland, we have our workshops at Chapter 510 on the first and third Wednesdays, and that is with Aaliyah. You can get down and have a good time. They have the pop-up open mic, so if you are really looking for a space where you can practice your performance, especially for slams like this, that is on the first Wednesdays. On the third Wednesdays, it is Black to the Future. This is a workshop series studying and celebrating Black poets and writing about the future, okay? We love Afrofuturism over here. And then on the second and fourth Wednesdays, you get to hang out with me. Yay. Aw, some of my friends must be in the audience. Okay. Second Wednesdays, it is actually at the U Speaks office, sometimes online. Just get on our email listserv. And on that second Wednesdays, we do revolutionary rhythms. So we're, I love a Jasmine Sullivan. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. So we bring in our favorite artists and musicians, and we talk about how music really does connect to poetry. And on the fourth Wednesdays, one of my favorites, we just have a kick it session, okay? That is our kickback sessions, and this is just a fun, chill space for us to get together and have a good time. And on the rare fifth Wednesdays, we have a special session for Dungeons and Dragons. Any D&D fans? Be proud. Exactly. It's a good time, and that is also at the U Speaks office, okay? So if you are interested and you want to hear about our workshops, you can find me, you can find Aaliyah, and we will give you all the details. And those who attend ideally 9 to 10 workshops. Guess what y'all get? Guess. Money, exactly. Because we like to pay our poets. You get paid $500. And let's just say you're like, you know, $500, I don't need it. I do, you know? So if you would like to come and donate on my behalf, I would love you forever. I'm just kidding. That is illegal. Okay. Moving back into our beautiful slam, on deck, we have the amazing Zoe. Coming to the stage right now, please give all of your love to Sehenna.
Was born split, and my life has conformed to the shape of my soul fractured down the middle. I come from a ruptured culture, the historical victors, the people left behind. In the end, winning must not have been much of a victory after all, because the cracks of our history crept through the divide, and we are now a people split into pieces. My Habesha friend tells me I am ambiguous. Borderlines of every ethnic group rest upon my cheekbones. It is a target planted directly on my face. I try to ignore his warnings. Romanticize a land I've never seen but always felt, but who am I to doubt him? He was born in the homeland. He gets to go back. If I were to go back, he says, I would be confined to the capital. Uncivilized wars would keep me restricted to Addis. I'd be forced to act as a Ferenj. I'm a foreigner no matter where I am. I blame my parents for believing they could change history. My Ethiopian mom, my Eritrean dad, they knew the story ended in separation, yet created me anyway. And in the end, they split in a grand display of destiny. I like to think I was meant to be a bridge. But just like our people's broken promises of peace, I became a gap, an amalgamation of heartbreak created from the theory of a peace treaty. I don't know where I belong. The broken bits of words I can speak in Amaranya reflect my detachment from what's meant to be mine. Tinish. Tinish is all I can say. When asked if I can say anything more than salam and asra sedisnain, how I long to say more. I like to think my soul speaks in Amharic, but my tongue only knows assimilation. However, I'm not the only one stuck in a cycle of conformity. The people I envy another people. Ethiopians pride ourselves upon being a nation never touched by colonization, when in reality, so many are mentally shackled. My people are marginalized and pretend not to be. Wanting so bad to be model minorities rather than standing in solidarity with the people who came just west of your land, wanting so bad to be in the same spaces as the people that occupied yours. I argue with boys about their standards of African beauty and how it is no girl's job to be their Amara angel. The cradle of mankind is not your light-skinned paradise just because Drake said so. And trust me, he's not like us. I could complain on and on about my culture, but what good would complaining do when all I want is to be part of it? My mother always tells me not to throw the baby out with the bathwater, but I would drown in it just to feel a sense of identity. My family carries our language like gospel. I hold it like shattered glass. It hurts when I try to speak it. It hurts me, and it hurts the elders when I do, because now we are both speaking broken languages, and it is splitting us in half. I am a periwinkle, non-native to the state, but they found their way here, escaped cultivation, and beat the odds, but they are still not meant to be here. Lady Liberty doesn't care if we're shipped in or homegrown. We're all dirt-colored heathens, the same to her. She doesn't see her as people, so what will it take to convince you of my personhood? Do I need to be surrounded by the bees of Lalibela? Does the earth need to carve my name into the soil? Create churches from the syllables? Would I be enough if my blood was made from gold? Do I need to become a wonder of the world? Do I need to embody Messiah? How can I not be black? I carry the scars of oppression and the weight of revolution. How can I not be Ethiopian or Eritrean? I am both the song and the silence, never the winner, no matter what side of the war I'm on. I've never doubted my East African roots. Because I'm always fighting a war within myself. I am always pining after a victory in which I can be accepted somewhere. I am in an everlasting debate with myself in which I ask, what do you call a girl made from borderlines? And the closest answer that ever comes to mind is the most patriotic phalange the Horn of Africa has ever seen.
Can I hear y'all say, I see you, poet? I hear you, poet. Go in, poet. The poet said, they not like us. And I really needed that. Thank you for the reminder. Wow. The poet also said, my tongue only knows assimilation. How many of us have felt that way? Okay. We're in it. We are experiencing this together. So, Ashe. All right, on deck, we have Aisha Ray. Yep. Coming to the stage, please give all of your love to Zoe.
I look through my Kaiser medical records when I want to get that doom scrolling kick. That hit of bad idea, like reading the comments on Fox News or stalking your ex's Instagram. Just wanting to know what they say about you when they don't think you can hear them. My ex is the medical institution. It is embarrassing how easily it gets to me. Like anything else you hate and can't sleep without, curse and need and owe money, quote too much in public. I learned this week that as a child, I was diagnosed with oppositional defiant disorder by a psychiatrist who never spoke to me directly. It took Kaiser 3 years to stop repeating it in my records. The kick there was the reshaping, fitting myself into a legacy I'd only ever looked at from the outside. Misdiagnosis as confinement, as blame, as you are always angry for the wrong reasons, and we will fix you however necessary. Oppositional defiant disorder is made to turn children into objects. Hostile, vindictive, disobedient, defiant, disruptive, characterized by the discomfort of those around them. Delinquency, aggressiveness. My ex said I made too much eye contact to be autistic, so I must know what I was doing wrong and be doing it on purpose. Then said I lacked the fundamental ability to understand people, so I wasn't malicious, only permanently immature. My ex granted me interiority only by taking it away. I have never found an institutional portrait of myself that makes any sense of me. One of my greatest failures is that I keep looking. My ex is the medical institution, and I keep going back. I doom scroll in medical records because medical records determine who gets to be human. And whether I read them or not, my humanity was determined a decade ago. How it makes me feel is incidental. Wouldn't you want to know what they say about you? Wouldn't you at least want to place yourself within the fight? I have a case study of my own dehumanization right here on my phone. Wouldn't you rather not be surprised? Look head on at the danger at the moment someone holds the definition of your mind in their hand. Or would you rather keep thinking that this system loves you?
I'm just kidding. Thank you. Can we please give it up for Zoe one more time? I did hear some of y'all laughing. I am vertically challenged. Wow, you really hurt my feelings there. Can we just give one more round of applause? That was incredible. Quickly, can I hear you say, speak poet, speak truth, speak power. Ashe. All right, on deck, we have Abayomi coming up to the stage right now. Please give all of your love to Aisha Ray.
Thank you. In the silence before the first breath, when the world was just a whisper, a flicker of possibility, hot, dense, and primordial, almost ready to explode, I was there. Caught in the before, an undefined time, the edge of the beginning. I haven't lived until now. Didn't breathe my first breath until September 2008, yet my body remembers. Periodically, I'll feel a dizzying echo. It's deja vu, hits me methodically, the memory of a melodically familiar unknown. It drives me to tears. I think the cells in my body came pre-made and ready to cry, because I've been doing so since September 2008, and I seem to be doing so more and more every single day because I'm paranoid, I'm scared, and I'm afraid that I only succeed because of others' need for diversity. That I'll always chase the feeling of an undefined time, my mind reeling, and I'll never know what it means to be present. In September 2008, my body was birthed. I was sunny side up, my eyes looking up to the skies for the familiar sight of stars scattered, only to find the slightly cracked ceiling of an operating room. Not a delivery room, not the maternity ward, an operating room. The first dissonant chord in the unfamiliar melody that is to breathe. My mother placed between the sterile white walls to give birth to 2 daughters, our entrance marked into a society that sees skin, not soul. That saw a bother instead of a beautiful black woman. I breathed my first breath in September 2008 in an operating room, and I haven't stopped crying since. Maybe it's the toxic Technicolor screen through which I see a cacophony of human emotion mixed with the fact that I empathize with every single person that I see. Like, if they break skin, it falls on me, and if they decide to sin, it falls on me. And maybe it's the fact that, or maybe it's the constant pressure to succeed in a society that doesn't look past the color of my skin or the bruises on my knees. Maybe it's the fact I periodically remember the melody and rhyme of the first seconds of our time. It's deja vu. Yes, part of me was there when it all started. Part of me was part of that infinitesimally small point that exploded into infinity. I can't believe I've existed for so long, but only been breathing for 16 years. The only thing I know is that I am flesh, and I am bone, and I am muscle, and tendon, and spine stretched thin into an arch, and I'm loaded with blue-black blood that bleeds red, and I'm loaded with self-loathing, hatred blooming. I hate to be a human. I hate to be 16 years old and not know what it means to be alive. Other than flesh and blood and bones and anger and grief and eulogies, intricate insides and many, many ideologies, and maybe I was there when it all started. And maybe a part of me remembers the very edge of the beginning of it all. But here I am, all of me, still crying, still working to understand what it means to be alive. Are we sure it's not just dying?
Please give it up one more time for Aisha Ray. What? Were y'all listening to that poem? Can I hear y'all say, okay, poet? I heard you, poet. Keep writing, poet. Ashe. Let me kick it over to my host for a minute. How you feeling? Are you taking it in? We need you on the mic, because as a Leo, I know we're loud naturally, but...
Let me hop on this mic real quick. Yeah, I'm feeling good. Y'all feeling good?
Woo!
Absolutely, absolutely. Aisha Ray, thank you for that poem one more time.
Woo! Woo!
We still figuring it out even now. Thank you.
Ashe. All right, y'all. You're going to hear me say this for the last time in this round. Isn't that crazy? Oh, my God. All right, on deck, we have Lola. But right now, coming to the stage, please give all of your love to Abayomi.
I gotta live, but they are slowly trying to kill me on the inside. Shadows of my ancestors' past is told like a story being sequeled. Frozen in time like a that's so Raven, a moment that lasts but a moment in my identity's conversation. Laughter erupts from the mouths of my peers who lack my representation. jolted back to the present. My ears hear, but are they even listening? Why is it so hard to say black? For I am from the land of Africa, then brought to Haiti. When I say black, do you only picture slaves in cotton fields, brought like cattle as though we are foreign to the land we built and cultivated? TVs turn on, depicting deceiving stereotypes meant to brainwash those who fail to research and learn. The deceiving media is a deception being repetitive, repeating only portions of past trauma imposed on us. Then removing the oppressor and realizing the blackness is political, so they remove our history one by one. Trying to distract and conquer, leading to the miscommunication and miseducation of Lauryn Hill. Stereotypes like Mama Africa is poor, poverty-stricken, savages, disease-prone, poor leadership and corruption, looking for a white savior. No! Mama Africa is not. My ancestors couldn't call home because home was beaten out of them, too busy forced to work, being killed, raped, taken far away to a land that wouldn't even see them as human. Slave trade may have ended in 1808, but the only thing that really ended was the legal importation of black slaves. I think of my ancestors hoarded on boats like cargo with no pulse, hands crossed over, chained, imposed on those whose skin glows in the summer days. A business transaction that never even asked their names. Southern trees bearing strange fruit, blood on the leaves and blood at the roots. Black bodies swinging in the southern breeze. Strange fruit hanging from the poplar trees. I can't remember my past. My truth lies on the table, a possible executive order, because banning my black history is banning the politics that follows, a possible resurrection of the segregation to draw lines on the chalk sidewalk. To divide and conquer the minds of brilliance, for I am black excellence, a threat to those who don't understand my melanin. But I ain't scared. Spoken, I'm speaking, switching off the filter, president barking loud, the cabinet following the cabinet following the precious toddler from the clouds, but life doesn't frighten me at all. The only one I fear is God. Now I gotta live breathing heavily like I'm running a marathon, because repetition in history is so repetitive, it's almost expected. For my blackness is politics, and I will advocate just as those before me. I will tell my own narrative. You can't take away my history, for I am black history. President's words don't bother me, nor does his actions. Another oppressor for the books in which I'm a part of, because I am black history. I am a change, and a change is gonna come. To my ancestors, family, and community, I will fight and continue to build on this unstable foundation, slowly gluing communities together with my voice. For I am black history.
Wow, when I say black, can I hear y'all say excellence? Black. Excellent. Black. Excellent. Ashe. Can we talk about the vocals? Y'all saw how she slid? I said, okay. Fire. All right, y'all. We are in it. We are rocking and rolling. So, for the last time in this first round, can you please give all of your love to the one and only Lola?
I first watched Euphoria in 7th grade with my mother and father. Intrigued by Rue as she ran from cops, fascinated by her struggles with addiction, it was a contrast to the devastation of episodes in which tears stain Rue's face reading her father's eulogy. spitting out poetry about watching her dad die slowly. She says, "This is the part where the character never recovers. The scene that scars her forever. How she closes her eyes to be with him for just one more minute, 'cause as long as I live, you'll be with me forever. And I miss you, Dad, till I close my eyes." And back then, her words didn't strike me like the prior extravagance of rapid-fire, uncensored content like sex and drugs. Till I watched the last season without you, Dad. Till you killed yourself 9 days before my 17th birthday. And now I know exactly what she meant. And despite how my final memories are shadowed by how you left, abandoning the promises of family in the night, now that there's nothing left of you but casket, I can't find it in me to stay angry. Staring at your headstone, I only have good things to say. And it's funny how death does that, 'cause you died with no one around. Nobody read you prayer, nobody asked for signatures on wills. There were no affairs in order, because sometimes death is quiet and still quick. And now I am haunted by reoccurring nightmares of me inhabiting some room, holding your cold hands while something somewhere beeps goodbyes with a flat line, or the worst ones, where I walk in on you on that chair, noose out in front of you, and I fumble over words I cannot muster to try and save a dead man who's not just any man, but a man who used to call me his daughter. But I cannot talk white knuckles that I can only ever remember playing with my Barbies away from that rope, because I am not God. And I wonder if I'm even still a daughter now that we don't share blood. And in those dreams you never back away. 9 days before my mother kills you upon informing me Dustin's killed himself. And she dares to condemn you to just your first name and not the dad you earned, 'cause you were dead to her before you pulled any triggers. So why can't I be mad at you like she is? I know that might make this easier, and it doesn't hurt that you're gone. It's that I don't get to wait by windows hoping you'll come home anymore. I wonder if this is where love and loss meet. Recalling your eyes in disassembled recollection, I think maybe grief is just how I love you now that there's nowhere to put it. But I cannot stop picturing your body limp, wondering if I'd even recognize it. And the worst part is, I'm grateful for those nightmares, 'cause at least I get to see you again. And now I'm left rewriting a father's eulogy, spitting out poetry about watching my dad die slowly, because this is the part where the character never recovers. The scene that scars her forever. And I miss you, Dad, until I close my eyes.
Please give it up one more time for Lola. The poet said, maybe grief is just how I love you. And I want to just take a moment for all of us who have lost someone close to us. All of us have ancestors in this room, so I just want to take a couple of seconds to honor our ancestors. If you like to say their names or just think their names, let's just take a moment. Can I get an ashe? Thank you so much. All right, y'all, how we feeling? We are doing it. Phenomenal work. And can we just give a huge round of applause to the most amazing DJ? And can we give another round of applause to all of the poets that have touched this first round? Beautiful job. Now, before we get into our next part, we have a special little moment, and I'm just going to step aside.
Here at Youth Speaks, we are committed to centering and uplifting the voices and stories of Black and brown youth.
We prioritize marginalized communities and not only make space, but plant roots in the spaces that often try to push them to the margins.
We value the stories of queer, trans, and gender fluid BIPOC youth of all identities.
We honor the struggle of immigrants and celebrate the persistent courage they embody in their everyday lives. We are strategic in the classrooms we serve, prioritizing schools that reflect the young people we want to reach, and working with partner teachers that align with our values to create communities of care and youth empowerment.
Youth Speaks' mission is to create spaces that challenge young people to develop and amplify their voices as creators of societal change. And we vow to continue to create these spaces. For that 13-year-old poet writing about the journey of their gender, that 16-year-old undocumented artist writing stories that honor their people, that 21-year-old student that stories that honor their people. Through a turbulent world, we will always remind you how real you are. This will never change. Even as attempts to strip away rights and silence the truth tellers are manifesting daily, we will stand firmly in our beliefs and fight for the next generation of youth to be heard, seen, and supported in their artistic pursuits.
We believe that young people have the power to change their communities, change legislation, and transform hearts. To any young person who has ever felt othered, alienated, or like your story didn't matter.
If you did not know before, or if you had any doubt, we want to let you know. We got you.
Wasn't that amazing? Y'all wasn't loud enough. Thank you for dealing with my shenanigans. It's their fault. They gave me a mic. Okay. Youth Speaks is such a phenomenal organization, and I have the pleasure of bringing up somebody very special to the organization. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce one of our interim executive directors. Please give all of your love to Hawa!
We're gonna be all right. Come on. Why don't y'all stand up for a second? Just stand up for a second. Wherever you are, just stand up. And shake your body for a second. All right. You can stay standing if you really want. That's fine, but you can sit too. Thank you, Cece. Give it up for Cece one more time. A high school teacher. How many teachers in the house again? Raise your hand if you're an educator. Make some noise if you're an educator. I'm going to offer you all a few breaths with me. So I'll take a deep breath in and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more deep breath in and let it go. Ask yourself in this moment why you're here. what brought you here tonight? Just take a second and think about why you are sitting in this chair right now, in this theater. For me, I came first into the orbit of Youth Speaks back in 2008. I was in Washington, D.C., where I worked and lived as a community organizer, as a high school teacher myself, as a nonprofit founder that did work very similar to Youth Speaks, using arts and music, education, to teach social emotional literacy, violence prevention, conflict resolution through poetry. And in 2007, I first caught wind of something called Brave New Voices. Yeah, Brave New Voices. You should make some noise for that because Brave New Voices is something that has been a magnet within this country, all right? It's a movement that was given birth through this organization that is now 30 years old. 30 years. Yeah, you can snap for that too. 30 years. That's a long, long time. And it was 2008 when I was in DC, and our nonprofit was working with kids throughout the cities, schools, and a lot of our young people were training every afternoon, rehearsing, writing poetry, so that they could perform in the Brave New Voices finals in DC. That's how much of an imprint this organization has had around the country. I'm on the East Coast, and there's kids in DC preparing for over a year to come and be on stage here with other young people from around the country. It's a movement that has inspired the lives of thousands and thousands of kids, but even more so, millions of people have been impacted through the media, the videos, the online virtual spaces that have been created have magnetized a movement. And so I pay homage to that. I pay homage. I don't take it lightly that I'm sitting here. I'm here because the young people getting on the stage are present, there are now. And for those in the audience that are perhaps in your 20s or 30s or 40s or 50s, this is our moment to stand side by side with the young people that are on the stage here. This is our moment to not back down, but to stand even taller, right? Because I see that too much. As we get older, we tend to kind of think, oh yeah, the young people got this. But I'm going to ask all of you to think about what it would be like to have the same energy, the creativity, the passion, the fire that these young people have right now, where you are. And bring that back, because we need that right now. We need that in this world right now for all of us to do that. And that's why I'm here. I'm here as an interim. I'm a transition leader. But I'm here because this work is a mycelium network that is absolutely responsible for the justice that the people in this country and this world deserve and need. That's why I'm here. And I hope there's something that brought you here today that resembles a feeling of possibility, of hope. And so, this is the part of the moment in the event where I'm going to ask all of you to think about how nonprofits around the country are being impacted by what's happening in our current administration. This is that moment, right? So I'm in meetings with our advancement team and our finance team and our operations team, and big ups to all the Youth Speaks staff. Can we make some noise for the Youth Speaks staff? In fact, can we get the house lights up, and can all the Youth Speaks staff and volunteers that are here, can you all stand up for a second? Can you stand up in the back? Yeah, stand up if you're a member of the team. There's team members everywhere. These guys are tireless and incredible, incredible workers, and I've been so inspired. You all have reignited my life, so thank you. I'm about to cry because that's how powerful it has been to be working alongside you for the past 4 months, your dedication, your passion. And when I'm in, like recently, just to give you some context, we get about 30% of our funding from federal, state, and city local government grants. 30%. And the National Endowment for the Arts, which many of you have heard of, has now made it a requirement to comply with not using DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion. So we have to check a box that says we won't use DEI in our practices. And if we don't check the box, we're not eligible to apply. And then they also said that we have to comply with not allowing any language around gender ideology in our grant application. So we are under attack. And we decided as a staff, we said, you know, we're not going to apply. We're not going to apply to the National Endowment for the Arts because we're not going to check that box. We're not going to check that box. We're not going to check that box because that's a box, and we don't live in boxes. We don't live in boxes. You feel me? We don't live in boxes. So we're not going to check that box, and we didn't apply to the NEA and that funding, so we're not going to get that national funding anymore. All right? So if you're here and you understand the moment, and you can reach with me for something deep, whatever you got, and this is even more than just a donation ask. This is like if you're sitting here and you've got some connection to a foundation, to a company, if you have stocks that you want to gift to the next 30 years of Youth Speaks, this is your moment, right? I'm here. Stephanie and Calvin, could you all stand up for a second? We have our deputy director and our advancement director. They're both here. You can come speak to any of us or anybody at Youth Speaks, and you can say, hey, I would love to write you into my living will as an organization. Okay, so there's a few of you in here that I'm asking for something more than just like a phone URL code. I'm asking you to really think about how much does this work mean to you. I'm asking you to think about that and to think about what you could give. And then I'm also asking you to remember, let's go ahead and flip, remember that we can't do this without you, you know? We lack those funds at the moment. All around the country, nonprofits are working and struggling and scrambling to make sure that we can manage the next 3 years. That's what we're doing. And so let's lean in, let's come together, and let's all take out our phones. Take out your phones. Take out your phones. We're not checking the box, y'all, but I need you to take out your phones because there's a QR code up here, all right? There's a QR code. And if you scan that QR code, if you don't have a larger gift that you want to give and talk to us about, you can scan that QR code and you can offer something to support us so that we don't have to check the box, right? So please scan the code, please donate. In fact, if you're gonna donate tonight, can you stand up? Can I get these lights even higher for a second? Can you stand up if you're gonna be able to give tonight through this QR code? Anybody that's given, let's make some noise. Yes, all right, look around at the people that are standing. We got 2, 4, 6, 10, 12, 20, 25, 30 people in here that are going to give something, whether it's $5, $500, $5,000. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We appreciate you. We love you. And most importantly, we love y'all making the magic happen. Give it up for the young people one more time. My name is Hawa, and I'm going to bring up Darius.
Y'all feeling good? Say yeah. Y'all feeling real good? Say yeah. Y'all feeling good? Say yeah. Can y'all give it up one more time for our interim executive director, Howard, please? Shout out, shout out. So I promise I'll try to be as quick as I can. We got y'all scanning a few QR codes tonight. That's okay. I have another one that's extremely important to you and to me, okay? It's special to Cece and I, okay? We need each and every one of you to pull out your phones again. I know. We on our phones anyway, okay? Pull them out again after you sent your donation, huh? $1, $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $100, $100, $50, $500. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna do another QR code, and this time we want to hear your voices, your brave new voices, in a survey. I know. We hate surveys. I know we do. But they are extremely important to the ways in which we have events, programs, and spaces just like this. We go through each and every response as our staff, and we need to hear from y'all, okay? Darius, this event was amazing. Or Darius, this event was garbage bags. Whatever your response is, we want to make sure we capture them, okay? In the event that we have our survey up, we got it up? Boom, there we go. I have a song for you. I recorded this just for y'all. You want to hear it? This debuted in the fall of 2024. I need you to do this survey. I need you to complete the survey. I need you to do the survey so that I can keep my job. I need you to do the survey. I need you to tell us if we're doing good. I need you to do the survey. Don't skip any question. Hey, I need you to scan the QR, complete the survey for me and CC. I need you to do the survey so I can't keep working at the Speaks. If you complete the survey, make some noise. Y'all not lying to me, are y'all? Okay, it takes you a little moment. It's okay. Click yes. This event was amazing. 5 stars, 10 stars. Thank you for all those things. Before I kick it back over to CC and the rest of our amazing event, Hal and I want to take this moment really, really quickly to acknowledge somebody very truly special to us in the space. Hal, anything you want to say?
Our deputy director, Stephanie, also known as Kahina, we have 2 more months with the incredible Kahina. And Steph, we'd love for you to come on up stage because...
Get up here, Stephanie.
We believe in giving people their flowers while they're still here with us.
Keep that applause going. Keep that applause going.
Come on, nice and loud. Come on, keep it clapping louder. Come on up, Steph. Steph holds it down. She works in operations, finance, program, the deputy director at Youth Speaks for 3 years, and you are an incredible light, and so we have a few things we want to give you.
Thank you for all of your amazing support, your leadership, your guidance. We love you. We're going to miss you so, so much. And like Howard said, we want to give you your flowers so you can smell them and enjoy them. Can everybody repeat after me? Hey, Stephanie! We love you. Hey, Stephanie!
Hey,
we love you. We really do. You know we really do. Give it up one more time for Stephanie Kahina, our deputy director.
Stephanie Kahina.
Is this on? Okay. Thank you so much. I did not expect this at all. But I joined Youth Speaks 3 years ago, wanting to really connect with a community that was getting ready to make big changes in the world. And the local climate was such where, everything was working in our favor, and then this election happened. And it's moments like this where you understand why the youth is so important. I sometimes work with, I work in government as well, and oftentimes I hear youth saying, I can't vote, but I'm galvanizing all my classmates and all the students so that they have their eyes wide open, and next time they cast their ballot, they're making real changes. And this is the time to invest in youth right now. This is the time to make sure that all the different structural issues that are preventing them from really expanding their minds, that we as adults are stepping up and being responsible and saying, no, that's not gonna happen. And it's places like Youth Speaks that really focus on those systematic issues and bring them to the forefront to really say, not anymore. We're gonna make sure that the path is free for the youth to be able to exert their freedoms. And so I just, these last 3 years at Youth Speaks have been so grounding and fundamental to my growth as a movement maker as well. And I Hao has been here for a few months and he's ready to cry, I'm ready to cry, because I love this team. And I am so, so grateful for Cece, Derry, all the squad. They just, every day they teach me something new. And so I just, incredibly grateful for y'all. Thank you for this.
Love you too. Thank you.
Love you, Steph. We love you. Thank you. One more time, let's put our hands together for Stephanie Kahina.
All right, I see people walking out. That's rude. I'm just kidding. Okay, I am going to give y'all a little break, okay? But again, teacher style, 5 minutes, okay? How many minutes? Okay, what's the number after 4? What's the number before 6? It's the active listening. But before you do that 5 minutes, I'm going to read out the list in our second round in order. Y'all ready? All right. First of all, can we clap it up for all the poets that touch the stage? All right. In this order, we have Julia, Sahina, Abayomi, Zoe, Maya, Sam, Anika, and Belle. All right, y'all, so please come back on time. We will see you in 5 minutes. Ciao. everybody. Are we ready to get into round 2? Okay, I hear that 13 of you are prepared. Please text the homies or your parents that aren't in the group chat and just tell them to come back to their seats. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I just want to say that my students have a group chat without me, and I'm actually the life of the party. So you're lost. You know what I mean? Okay.
Come on.
Can I get a round of applause to all of our poets in round 2? We are going to jump into it. So on deck, we have Sahena.
Let's go.
You ready? Beautiful. Coming up to the stage right now, give all of your love to Julia.
Dear straight guys, I don't know why it's become so necessary for you to tell me I look like a lesbian. Like, just maybe you think I don't own a mirror. Anyways, you say this and then you stand back. Like I should be grateful for this gift you've bestowed onto me, this heavenly command to buy a push-up bra and smile like I mean it. And maybe if I really try, I can come back when I'm an option a little more worth your time, dear straight guys. You tell me I misspelled my mannerisms like I could correct this with a quick edit and jump cut back to femininity. Like I'm only a woman when I'm soft enough to bite and flawless enough to fuck. But you waste so much time telling me how to be your bitch? I'm starting to think I might not be the reason you don't have any. Dear straight girls, stop telling me I must be a baddie under that baggy shirt, and if I could just try on a dress, I'd really be something to die for. Stop trying to make me something to die for. Honestly, when you put dress and dying in the same sentence, you can start to understand how I feel about it. Besides, I like living, and these skinny jeans feel a little like I can't breathe. Just because I dress baggy and bulky doesn't make me bulletproof. I still have a collarbone and a spine and a soft hill of a stomach. Maybe I just dress this way because you make me scared to show my soft parts. Dear straight girl, inching away from me in the bathroom mirror, you make me feel like a stranger to my own skin. I know you call me lesbian like I am less of a woman for it, like I am a hound dog, a wolf, a feral man searching for femininity to be chewed, then spat like tobacco, but being a tomboy doesn't make it easier to carry my womanhood. You see, we both know the soft crush of being spoken over, stepped around, split in half. We could be sisters on mannerisms alone. We both fluff our hair every time we pass a mirror. We both cry on our birthdays. We both like to feel pretty. I like to feel pretty. I like to feel solid and strong, but the world keeps telling me women must move like water, must be feminine and formless and slip smooth under fingers, but being female is a force of nature, like a riverbank or a hurricane, and I'm tired of straight people telling me I've lost it in a dressing room debate, so here I am, shouldering my womanhood across my back. In a simple shirt that won't make me feel like my ribs will crack. I am not feminine, but by God, I am a woman. I am a woman in huge overalls. I'm a woman in 8-pocket jeans. My womanhood rips seams. It streams in my wake, casting a wave behind me. Pools in my collarbones, drips from my fingertips. I'm a woman today, and I will be a woman tomorrow, and I will write Dear Butch, Dear Bulldyke, Dear Tomboy, the one out there, the one just beginning to shoot upwards. You are a woman as long as you want to be, and you will never lose it, no matter how hard they try to tell you to leave it behind. Thank you.
Can I hear you say, go in, poet? Say that, poet. That is a poem that needs to be heard by everybody. All right, we'll keep it rocking, keep it rolling. On deck, we have Abayomi. And before I bring this next poet to the stage, I want to give a quick content warning around police brutality. Of course, as always, please do what you need to do to take care of yourself and know that you have support here. Without further ado, give all of your love to Sahina.
How privileged you must be to be afraid of my home, to call my neighborhood unsafe as I hyperventilate in yours, to call my people ghetto, while those of yours that wear the slave catcher's badge act in barbaric ways, 40 seconds into seeing a shade like mine, and they determine it is their duty to take on the role of the reaper when Stephen Taylor steps into a Walmart in 2020 amidst a mental health crisis. He is shot on sight. He is called a criminal. When Officer Fletcher steps into that same Walmart, he shoots at first sight. He is called alert. It is undeniable that you are privileged, but does that make those of us who are stomped on by the system a lesser people? How lucky you must be to step foot in any part of the country carefree. Hawaii can be your tropical paradise if you stick to the resorts and ignore the homeless natives in their own homelands. Florida can be your beach vacation because the Florida man sees you as his distant cousin. Meanwhile, the familial tie he sees with me is that I am the same shade as his great-grandfather's slaves. You may say you are colorblind, but red and blue matter to me. Any parts of America to you is your territory. Meanwhile, a county border could be the line between my safety and getting murdered. I am not even safe in my own city. And I am reminded on the 18th of December when we raise our candles to the sky in Stephen's honor and hope to hear him singing back to us for a second. I am reminded on the 18th of April when I am performing apology poems to Stephen's son. I am sorry, Samarian, that America failed your father and turned him into a martyr, and it still isn't enough. 5 years of fighting still isn't enough. My friend skipped her high school prom for this case, and it still isn't enough. She is now a junior in college. It is unquestionable that you are privileged, but does that mean that those of us with pigment in our skin should be doomed to a life of prey, being painted as predator with the perpetrators unbound, walking scot-free? How fortunate you must be to be the indisputable winner. Fletcher is given the option to retire because police retire rich while soldiers starve. He gets to skip court dates while his attorney theatricizes Stephen's death. Fletcher has sat at home for 5 years. He hasn't missed a holiday. His heart hasn't skipped a beat while I've wallowed in sorrow for a man I've never met. Stephen was murdered on tape, and the trial date still hasn't been set. We are still on the topic of where it should be held because Fletcher can hear the rumbling of the Bay's revolutionary ancestors shaking the earth in pursuit of justice, and he would rather have it happen where he feels safe. Maybe a little bit more up north, maybe more down south. Because when it comes to the construct of whiteness, no matter which way the political pendulum swings, on either side of the spectrum, big or small, short or tall, there will always be space for you. Our coils can't stand against your strands. You wear our hair and clothes to keep you stylish. I wear your hair and voice to keep me safe. Because being black in your natural state is intimidating to those who associate your culture with gangs. It is undebatable that you are wanted worldwide. But does that mean that those of us made from Coco and Shay must be shamed and pushed away? How advantaged you must be to have the benefit of the doubt. You are at liberty to make mistakes. This country was built for the pursuit of your happiness, so you are free to live your life. Butterfingers aren't wrong when they're white, even if they are pulling triggers, even if they are stealing lives. It is inarguable that you have the okay in every country, city, state, but does that mean that those of us who are colored a few shades too dark for your caliber or have been divided by your color lines are incorrect? How privileged you must be to believe that you can revolutionize alongside me to be okay with keeping all your amenities of oppression, knowing that America capitalizes on the person of color's innate ability to swallow boatloads of political cyanide and still continue to live on. To be protected by a system that kills my people because you are doing exactly what it asks of you. My people are left with inequities, death penalties, while you have the privilege of walking away. So how privileged you must be.
Please give it up for Sahana one more time. When I say no justice, you say no peace. No justice? No justice? Ashe. All right, on deck, we got Zoe. Coming up to the stage right now, please put your hands together for Abayomi.
God, He is my friend. He loves me unconditionally. He sings songs in my ears only for me to hear. He makes me smile and proud of myself when I don't know what to do. He brings just the right people around me in just the right time. When I feel myself fade, He stores a light in my lighthouse. But there is no dark, for He arrives without a visual way or trace of how He gets there. He knows exactly when I'm overthinking, so He'll cradle me in His arms, and they're warm and bright like the sun. His ray of light shines and grows my garden, even if that garden is a single seed. He knows my worth. When I have no one to talk to, He rings a phone right next to my ear, only for me to hear. Sometimes I don't understand the way He speaks or thinks, but He's as wise and as old as the library books I have yet to read. His jokes are the reason I laugh with joy. He always has something to say. When I get in trouble for not obeying my parents or forgetting to read my scriptures, just know He gives me the nudge to do so. He's like the wind of my day, takes my choices if bad and puts them in delay. He always knows when I'm crying at night because I did something that I knew or felt was not right. But just like before, He stores light in my lighthouse without a dock. He shines light to my garden, even if that garden is a tiny seed. Sometimes He'll sing a song only in my ear, only meant for me to hear. Sometimes I cry and He holds me through the night. Like a baby cradled in His arms, I feel His delight. God, He helps me in ways I can't see. Actually, He is always helping me. God, He is my friend. He loves me unconditionally. I am a blessing, and He is a blessing unto me. Amen.
How y'all like that poem? Okay, we're gonna keep it rocking, keep it rolling. On deck, we have Maya. Okay, but coming to the stage, please give all of your love to Zoe.
This year is a great time to fall out of love with democracy. Catch it before it pretends its way back to caring. This year, our system of government has reached some breaking point from the sheer weight of violence it inflicts on everything it claims to hold dear. Omar El-Akkad's newest book is titled, "One Day, Everyone Will Have Always Been Against This." Many people are waiting for the genocide to end so they can call it a tragedy. For many people, tragedy is only a retroactive label, past tense, insubstantial, safe. El-Akkad illustrates how you cannot say genocide without doing something about it. And the administrators, senators, presidents, judges, tenured faculty who wave white flags and call for investigation, these traitors to our freedom, do not want to do anything except sink deeper into their own moral flimsiness. We churn in rivers at their gates and podiums and front doors, and they draw their curtains in silence. Our generation is stepping out of the tatters of childhood into the niches of institutional decay. Find a quiet corner and pray, or plan, or cry. Where does energy collect when it is denied? What happens to voices when they do not speak? Many people are afraid to these questions. Democracy, or many people of the answer. Democracy or its mirage cannot survive without enough people willing to enforce its violence. Watch tech posture at programming our way out of extinction, then turn around and support corporate destruction of the environment. Listen to lawyers warp numbers beyond recognition. Every moment another disaster, bombing, famine, apocalyptic fire or flood. El-Akkad points out moments of severance, when it becomes impossible to metabolize the ever-growing chasm between truth and politics. When you see straight through democracy to its core of empire, and inside that, nothing. What a time to fall out of love with empire. You're in good company. Everyone unwilling to live with good enough, which of course means better than something worse, in an endless downward spiral. We are unwilling to continue naming violence without acting, naming equality without healing. This is a reckoning. This is the start of answering the question, how much energy can you force silent before it explodes? How much energy can you force silent before it explodes?
Dear great-great-grandmother Charlotte, I'm sorry I cannot put a face to your name. I'm sorry I do not remember you. 4 generations of distance between us, and yet I am mourning the mind of a woman I have never met, but you are the reason my red bones turn into conversation starters, red undertones of archives never opened. I do not know who you are, other than the one story of how you died struck by lightning while doing a ritual dance. My God, you scream power. Even though I cannot put a face to your name or remember you, 4 generations of distance between us, and yet I am mourning the mind of a woman I have never met, the cashier woman. Bagging my bags complemented my skeleton, the only person to have noticed a second layer to my skin, a red bone. With a tongue that fears to say I am Blackfoot Indian and Cherokee because I cannot prove it to them, because I do not look it to them, because even though I feel an arm's reach away from me, we are still 4 generations apart, but still. You are the reason my red bones turn into conversation starters, but these red undertones of archives have never opened. I broke down in my room one day after hearing one too many peers present their school projects telling me their heritage back to Adam. I felt sick as I ripped my DNA apart for genetic explanations because erasure has never sat well with me, because her oppression means my obligation to learn, but I can see my ignorance as clear as day. I still do not know who you are, other than the one story of how you died, struck by lightning, while doing a ritual dance. My God, I scream for power. I scream at the white woman who dares call herself black because pie charts and percentage points told her so. But I scream at myself for trying to cling to a culture that is walls of my house. I scream at my finger that slowly drifts on the survey, asking me to identify my race. I scream at my guilt I feel to my future children who are forced to inherit this torture. I scream at the stars to bring back the dead and strip the hypocrisy I feel from my clay-colored calcium. I scream at the fact that reclamation requires permission. I scream at this feeling of helplessness that won't ever leave me, because I know deep down, past my insanity, past my delusions, past this grief, and being a nest for your pity, I can never end this poem with the happy ending. Dear great-great-grandmother Charlotte, I am so sorry.
That's my song. Can we give it up one more time for Maya? These young poets are truly storytellers, okay? We will be hearing these poems for many, many years and decades to come, Ashe. All right, up on deck, we got Anika. You here, you ready? Beautiful. But giving all of your love, coming up to the stage right now, please give it up for Sam.
One morning, in my 16-year-old body, I woke up as a man's dream boy. Dream boy never grows older. I wake and all I get is younger, somehow, some father. In this very room wants to touch a child. He had no hand in raising. Take what little left of boyhood for himself. I keep waking, and every day is Groundhog's Day. The same Greek tragedy, same baby oil travesty gone viral on World Star Hip Hop. Tomorrow, I'll wake, and I'm 12, in Sudan, shackled in an oil tycoon's basement, age 10, and a child bride in Pakistan next week. In a man's mouth, I am young enough to want it. A pervert's dream coming and coming and coming. What is grooming? But a season I spent shaving to look prepubescent. What is pedophilia? But a flash drive of altar boys singing for salvation. What is my boyhood? But a category on Pornhub. Ask me what I know of my youth, and I will tell you their names. John, Anthony, Robert, Ilias, Stephen, Nate. I just had some bad dreams. Some boys wake at all hours, day and night in this great big world. Some boys cry wolf their whole life, while some men press record for your snaps.
Please give it up one more time for Sam. Once again, I want to appreciate every poet that has set the stage, especially bringing this vulnerageous energy. We really appreciate it. We need it. This is how we get back to our humanity. Ashe? All right, on deck for the last time, we have Belle. And coming up to the stage right now, give all of your love, right now, start clapping, to Anika. Woo! We got you. Hey.
The Silk Road started from my culture's exotics. Our turmeric, cumin, saffron woven into silk, stitched into anarchalies. Our spices led to the Imperial British. It led to them finding our jewels, our treasures, our clothes, our spices. Sought after like sacred relics, fought over like land, like bodies, like breath, our spices. Turned merchants into monarchs, kings into thieves, our spices. Were once the backbones of our culture, our seat at the global stage, our identity. Now our spices erase our culture, skin our identity, bleach our history. We grind neem not for healing, but for hiding, for scrubbing away centuries of sun-kissed pride, mirch that once danced on our tongue, now silenced, because boldness is too brown, too loud, too much, we are told. Beauty is soft. Light, like the powder and saffron we once sprinkled with love, now weaponized in filters, in facials, and fairness factories that bottle shame and sell it with a smile, and we buy it. We rub it in like salvation, praying to be pale enough to be worthy. Our spices were stolen and then sold back to us as flaw fixers, as skin lighteners, as cultural bleach, and what they couldn't take by force, they took by mirror. By telling us we'd be beautiful if we weren't just us, these spices now thrive, where turmeric is bleached on a tomato and scrubbed on our faces, my mother's personal recipe. They didn't just colonize our land, they colonized our skin. Acid for soul, scrubbed girls too young to understand why brown skin is a curse. We swallowed the lie, we bathed in chemicals and called it divine. They took our bindis, our bangles, our dupattas, rebranded them boho, Scandinavian, Ibiza, chic. Oh, Polly, you don't acknowledge who wore them first. You stripped us of our meaning, then sold it back. But we're never the authors and the catalogs. Too ethnic to be models, but exotic enough to be a trend. This isn't about clothes or cumin, it's about conquest. Because this is not Scandinavian, not an outfit for your summer. This is centuries, this is ceremony, this is mine. I will not be a trend. We will not be the backdrop to your brand. My culture is not an accessory. My skin is not for sale. Our rituals are not for resale. So let them keep their turmeric lattes, their Scandinavian scarves. We'll keep the history, the heat, the honor. Because this is more than spice, more than fabric, more than face. This is my community's silence when the mirror betrayed her. This is the girl who prayed to wake up in someone else's skin, the grief we carry in our glow. They didn't just steal our saffron. They stole our style, our sense of being enough, but still. We gather what's left, the bruised beauty, the burned histories. We gather it like embers and we build a fire because we are done bleaching our stories to make them easier to swallow, done asking for seats on the table built on our backs, done letting them name us when we were always the authors. We were the heat that couldn't handle, the color they tried to wash out, and the stories they couldn't rewrite. Because beauty is not in what they steal. It's in what we reclaim and what we refuse to forget.
Come on. Can I hear y'all say, I see you, poet? Can I hear y'all say, I heard that? Beautiful. Are y'all ready for the last poets? We have made it to the end of the second round, so please start clapping. Please give all of your love to Belle.
I even attended my first AA meeting with Mom. You know what I've always loved about AA? The fact that it's based entirely on honesty. I mean, nobody's forcing you to tell the truth. I drank for the first time in a long time yesterday. Oh, but it could have just been a secret. But these people are honest. So honest that they'd lose their only token of sobriety just for the sake of being heard, seen, and felt. I crave that. Like the members crave a taste of their Jack and Coke, gin and tonic, margarita, moonshine, I crave honesty to the point of self-sabotage, giving up my trophies, tokens, trust, and torch so that I can grow and heal. I crave that health, like an addict, like a druggie, like an alcoholic, if only I could just admit it. I don't love my dad. I don't have one. I don't want him at my graduation. I don't know him. I don't trust him. He doesn't hold honesty above his head like a token of reward. He holds bullet shells, skeletons, empty promises, liar. He didn't earn a single token, with many cards of lies in his deck behind a poker face, never a gambler of money, but of sobriety. Of family, his daughter, me, they must have been poker chips. Razor blades, atomic bombs, one truth and poof. No chips, no trust, no lies, no daughter, bye-bye life, wife, knife between each tooth ticking, delicious, filling, warm, soft, and tasty drugs. D-A-R-E, dare, told us the truth. That people can get addicted in one sip to lies, to gambling, to the taste of isolation. Enjoy that sip of freedom, Daddy. Hope it washes you clean of sin, clean of duties for me, for Warren and Kathy, for all of us. You didn't have to. And you say you didn't want to, but you chose to lie. You broke the rules, the codes, the steps. Step one, we admitted we were helpless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable, and you couldn't even do that for me. I was a kid. I was confused. I didn't know you were drunk at every game, every lunch date, every sleepover. Daddy was always tired. That's just Dad, silly Dad. Your name is Carl. And it will always be Carl. And don't get mad at my use of the word because you are no father of mine. I have plenty of fathers in every country, in any sea, beach, grocery store, anywhere but where you are, and I don't even know where that is, Carl. Because I don't talk to you, Carl. You aren't related to me, and you can't convince me of it because I don't see your name on any of my documents or in my phone, my acknowledgments not listed under my caretaker guardian, not being in the pamphlet I got for being on the homecoming court, which you wouldn't know because I would never tell a random man about my life. Maybe if I had a father, it would be different. Maybe if you could have followed step one, Daddy, then maybe I would have told you. But then again, how would I? I don't know you, and you wouldn't remember it anyways. You're probably drunk, sitting, twiddling a token of lies between your fingers, drinking a Pepsi and thinking of anything but me. Or maybe you are. I don't know. Because only a daughter would.
Why would you do this to me? Can we give it up one more time for Belle? That's my song. Once again, I am so proud of the vulnerableness of all of our young people. Can we give another round of applause for every poet that has touched this stage? Wow. I am sitting with so much. I hope that you all are really taking note and taking it in, and I hope that you will go up to these poets and tell them what their work means to you, okay? So we are gonna give our host a little bit of time to tabulate scores, and we have a phenomenal performance. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready? I have the pleasure of introducing the 9th San Francisco Poet Laureate, Jenny Lim. Jenny Lim was also the former San Francisco Jazz Poet Laureate, okay? The recipient of Lifetime Achievement Awards from the city of Berkeley and Penn Oakland. She is a native-born San Franciscan. Where my San Franciscans at? Okay. Her translations of poems. One moment, my whole little script just, hold on. Can y'all give it up one more time for Jenny Lim? Beautiful. All right, we're gonna do this the right way, okay? Thank you, lovely phone of mine. All right. So, boom, here we are, and we found it. Look at us. Her translations of poems written by Chinese immigrants on the barrack walls of Angel Island with the late hymn Mark Lai in Island. Poetry and History of Chinese Immigrants on Angel Island won the American Book Award. Give it up for that. It has also been sourced in recent novels, books, operas, dances, and plays. Can we give it up for that? The breadth of the work. Her award-winning play, Paper Angels, aired on PBS's American Playhouse in 1985. Lim has published 5 poetry book collections, Winter Place, Child of War, Paper Gods, and Rebels, KRA, La Monte del Tiempo. Lim collaborated with many prominent musicians and composers, including Max Roach, Marcus Shelby, John Santos, John Jang, Francis Wong, and Del Sol Quartet. Please, without further ado, give it up to our current San Francisco Poet Laureate, Jenny Lim.
Moderzadeh, professor, San Francisco State University Music Studies Department. Hafez Moderzadeh. I said, don't ask me my true name. Don't ask me the date of my birth or the place where I left myself behind. Don't ask me if I'm a citizen, a resident, an alien, a tourist, or a gaji, paper daughter or other. Like the stars in the heavens, I am not other than I. You only glimpse the shadow of me, the air between our breaths. In the life of men, boundaries shift with a stroke of a pen. I say, don't ask me my true identity. My memory is forged. Once, my passport was handed me, my journey between worlds expired, and I was free to wander, and I was free to dream what I was. You know, but lineage is stronger than broken bamboo, Juk Sing, and my blood the marrow of Hyung Ha, red clay. Don't call me by my true name unless you know all my names. Uji Nui, Nui Yin Moi Moi, Day Day, Papa, Leo Kim, mother, daughter, sister, Pang Yu, friend. Until you can cross that bridge with me, until you can walk with me and let my shadow go before me, until you write the stories that history denied me, until you devour the fly from your net of illusions, you can't dot the missing I in my true name. Who is the immigrant? You? You or I? You? Where are you from, brother? Where are you from, sister? We're all immigrants, aren't we? We sure are. Asleep between the sheets of day and night, this bird caught in flight just keeps singing her song, but no one listens. But I heard her lyric song braided into the barbed wire over the cave across the Gulf of Mexico, where tall buildings rose to the moon as if to defy the stars and the sky from rising. Take me to freedom, they cried. I have no mother to birth me here. Take me to where the sun sets in the west. Take me to where the moon shines on gold-paved streets. Take my soaked collar, my wet shoes. Take my memories, take my dreams, and take my banished suitcase which I had packed for tomorrow. What need have I for sorrow on this journey? What need have I for regret or despair? Life passes through each breath. Light crosses each shadow. But this night of stone This night of stone will not defy the boundary between my land and yours, my border and yours, my skin and your flesh, between life and death. Don't give me death. Hope is the only branch to which I will cling. People's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven. Defoliants, napalm, anthrax. Hallowed be. 52s, dirty bombs, smart bombs, dumb bombs, stealth bombs, free fall bombs, laser bombs, glide bombs, bunker buster bombs, precision bombs, quasi-ballistic missiles, nuclear ballistic missiles. Thy name. Dow Chemical, Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, Boeing, Northrop Grumman, General Dynamics. Thy kingdom come. Roundup, asbestos, methachlorophom, cyclamate, DDT. Thine will be done. Fentanyl, heroin, cocaine, oxycodone, methamphetamine, methadone on earth. Paraquat, benzene, sarin, PFAs, PCBs, DMT, radon, as it is. Coronavirus, Ebola, SARS, tuberculosis in heaven. Dioxin, trutonium, plutonium, glyphosate. Give us this day acetylethoteramethyltetralin, our daily bread. Botulism, sodium nitrates, mercury, DES, diethylstilbestrol, PBB, polybonated, bisphenol, DBCP, dibromochloropropane, EDP, ethylene dibromide, as we forgive our debtors. Poverty, rape, genocide, and lead us not into temptation. Child labor, child abuse, child pornography, pedophilia, misogyny, homophobia, but deliver us from evil. KKK, Proud Boys, Doge, AIPAC, Alien Enemies Act, apartheid, imperialism, racism, sexism, fascism, Zionism. For thine is the kingdom. Coca-Cola, Exxon, Royal, Shell, Dow Chemical, Union Carbide, Amazon, Meta, Tesla, Blue Origin, and the power, multinational corporations, CIA, NATO, and the glory, America, America, forever. God shed his grace on thee. Amen. Hope is the only branch.
Jenny Lim.
Hafez Modir today. Great poetry.
Can we give it up one more time for our Poet Laureate Jenny Lim and accompaniments? So I know that y'all were like, wow, that's amazing. Like, how can I see her perform more? What are the details? I have a surprise for you. As I talked about running these after-school workshops, Revolutionary Rhythms is going to have Jenny Lim as one of our guest artists, okay? So if you want to learn how to bring in music into your work, please come join us. That is going to be on May 14th. Okay, so mark your calendars on a Wednesday, 5 to 7 at the You Speaks office. So come kick it with us. Let's give it one more round of applause for Jenny Lim. Beautiful. And now I'm going to introduce our second and last performer that is going to just give us all of the feels. Please, it's going to be incredible. So we have Jean Naguala, and she is a singer-songwriter, dancer, and spoken word artist. Can we just give it up for a triple threat one time? Okay. Who inspires joy and celebration through the beauty of her Zambian culture. By blending Afro soul sound with an international perspective, her voice brings awareness to the diverse stories of freedom and authenticity. Ashe? Please give it up for Jean!
Hello everyone. Oh my God, I am very blind, so I can't see a lot of people, but I am so thankful to be here, and you guys were amazing. Everyone here was amazing. You beautiful people have inspired me so much to continue doing my work. And I'm gonna share 2 songs, maybe 3, we'll see. But the first song is called Nyimbo Zako. It is in Nyanja, which is one of my languages. And it just says, keep singing your song, let people hear you. Some will love you, some will not, but keep singing your song. So I hope as you share, as I sing in my language, sharing myself, you find freedom in also just sharing who you are authentically. So please enjoy. I'm a dreamer. Nakulile mo filamba elo nesoni. I'm a silent voice in a crowd breaking through. I'm speaking out loud. Here it goes. Katibali chintu. Chua bisha. Ni mauyoni chimfya. Yakuta sininga zichingelize. Katibali chintu. Chua bisha. Ni mauyoni chimfya. Ninkani la kuziuja. Imba nyimbo zako. Bakumbwe ulawila. Usankale na pwezo muptima wakozi. Imbise nyimbo zako. Imba nyimbo zako. Bakumbwe ulawila. Usankale na pwezo muptima wakozi. Imbise nyimbo zako. Ayakine onikonda komasoni langija nukonda bantu bonse si wonse wanikonda ine soni pasa kona ntawi yoba langija mutima wangu ne ayakine onikonda komasoni langija nukonda bantu bonse si wonse wanikonda ine soni pasa kona ntawi yoba langisha mutima wangu ne ningalila kuziusha imba nyimbo zako bakumbwe ulawila usankale na pwezo mumtima wakozi imbise nyimbo zako imba nyimbo zako bakumbwe ulawila usankale na pwezo mumtima wakozi imbise nyimbo zako si imbise nyimbo zako zichose kumutima si Okay, we're dancing. That's what we're doing. Hey, okay. Come on. Imbise nyimbo zako. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Joining me is the lovely Ian. He's my friend and he's an amazing artist. So I am just grateful that he gets to play for me. The next song, I guess let's sing in English. I immigrated 5 years ago, so I'm like, okay, we can sing in English, girl. Like, we got this, okay? So the next song I'm gonna sing is called Rise Up. And it is a crazy time. But I hope this song encourages you to continue being who you are and fighting for the truth. Okay? I was born strong. I was made for this. See, I met so many hard times when I thought I couldn't make it. See, I've had my trials when my pillow dried my eyes. Then the morning came and my wings took flight. I rise. See, I'm hurting but not broken. Down but I won't die. I rise. Soon I will reach the sky and still I rise. Some say it's a mystery how I still believe that in spite of all I've been through, I can still push the wheel. See, I have a power, they can see it with their eyes. It's a little thing called faith that makes broken wings fly. I rise. See, I'm hurting but not broken. Down but I won't die. I rise. Soon I will reach the sky and still I rise. Who can understand? We're just an ordinary man, defies the odds and still fights on to win. I can take it, I can make it. I rise to win. I can take it, I can make it. Sky and still I rise. That's the song. Thank you so much. My EP comes out in 2 weeks. I'm very excited about that. Thank you so much. The last song I'm gonna share with you is called Wichinja. Wichinja in Bembe means don't change. And Wichinja abaka kutemwa means do not change. Those who will love you, will love you. And so show up as yourself always. That's all you can do. I hope you enjoy the song, and if you can dance, please dance. I wrote this song after somebody told me I looked better in braids, not short hair. I said, well, you look better outside my door, okay? Thank you. We ginger, abakakutemwa, we ginger, no. Abakakutemwa, we ginger, abakakutemwa, we ginger, no. Abakakutemwa, trust me, I want to back on a You're not the first they will talk about giving them access to your peace. Chiwakwati kwenda mongana na matipa, baby, your heart, your home, your peace. Yakulela, your dreams, your joy. Yakulela, we ginger. Abakakutemwa, we ginger, no. Abakakutemwa, we ginger. Abakakutemwa, we ginger, no. Abakakutemwa, lo, Dise watu wapusana, ise ponse. Tawela wapusana. Diwa muwembe, naine. Dina muwembe, we ginger. Abakakutemwa, we ginger, no. Abakakutemwa, we ginger. Abakakutemwa, we ginger, no. Abakakutemwa. Love yourself just a little bit more. Choose yourself just a little bit more. Love yourself just a little bit more. Choose yourself just a little bit more. Love yourself just a little bit more. Choose yourself just a little bit more. Love yourself just a little bit more. Choose yourself just a little bit more. Love yourself just a little bit more. Choose yourself just a little bit more. Love yourself just a little bit more. Choose yourself just a little bit more. Love yourself just a little bit more. Choose yourself just a little bit more. Love yourself just a little bit more. Choose yourself just a little bit more. Abakakutemwa, we ginger, no. Abakakutemwa, we ginger. Abakakutemwa, we ginger, no. Abakakutemwa. Abakakutemwa, we ginger, no. Abakakutemwa. Thank you so much.
Are y'all not like blown away? What? That was phenomenal. All right. Now for the moment we've been waiting for, we would like to have all of the poets who touch the stage, so please come on up here. That means you too. We will be taking a photo, so get up here. You see how children, never mind, just kidding, I'm on the mic. It's gonna go into my teacher voice. Please give a round of applause. And now I am going to kick it to my host to announce our slam team for Brave New Voices.
Oh, we can make more noise. Let's make more noise for the youth of tonight. Yo, just what a sight to see y'all holding hands. I hear you. What's that? We'd ask again kindly. But I just want to remind y'all that that y'all are so important. That y'all are the reason. Right? And to thank you for sharing. And to thank you so much. Right? The work that you do, I say this with every fiber of my being, I believe in you all. Yes! Right. Thank you for your courage. Thank you for your show of community. Also a reminder to please stay on stage for photos afterwards. Do not leave the stage. Don't leave the stage. And go to the closing poet huddle. There will be more beautiful, kind words to share. And without further ado, are we ready to hear these poets? All right. Cool. So our final poets in order, the poets who will be moving on to be joining our team in Madison, Wisconsin. Please give it up for Julia in spirit. Give it up for Abayomi. Keep the noise going for Zoe. Give it up for Belle. Put your hands together for Anika. And it is my pleasure to announce the top scoring poet of tonight. Give it up for Maya. Woo! Congratulations, 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 Samaya. Yay, get it! Congratulations, congratulations, congratulations to all my poets on stage. Give it up one more time. I didn't say stop. Come on, stand up. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much to the poet.
You're rocking with your girl. DJ Ignacio.
I want to thank you all so much for coming out. And also, since we're all standing, what a perfect opportunity for photos, isn't it? Put them cameras out. Make this a moment to remember. Thank you all so much. Yes, all my poets, please come together in front of the stage. Pose for the photos. Y'all did that. All right, poets. And ready. 1, 2, 3. Cheese. Look at how good the future looks, huh? Hey! And while my people are still here, I just want to give a quick plug of our ongoing programs. Remember that after-school workshops are back first and third Wednesdays in Oakland at Chapter 510. Come through 5 to 7 p.m. And second and fourth Wednesdays of the month will be in San Francisco at the Youth Speaks office. And a really important resource for mental health if you're a young person who wants access to mental health coaches and tools to manage stress, please go ahead and download the Soluna app. It is free, meant for youth ages 13 to 25. Free. Find the Soluna app on the App Store and find out more by following Youth Speaks and Power Lab. And please remember to fill out that survey, y'all. Remember to fill out that feedback survey. It informs what we do. It informs how we move. And we read every single one of them. Not just the young people, Youth Speaks, poets in general. We are a community of listeners first. Let us know what you want to see, right? And again, please go ahead and follow Youth Speaks on social media at Youth Speaks on all channels. Thank you so much to Brava Theater, and thank you so much to all of you for coming through to our show. The next generation can obviously speak for itself. Thank you.